United States New Mexico desert, then 5,000 miles away at Hiroshima, and then again at Nagasaki, came the world-shaking explosions of the atomic bomb.
Not yet told. It begins on a warm evening some years hence, when high on a mountaintop in Southern California, a giant telescope searches the heavens for the secrets there contained.
You can't see it with the naked eye, but the micrometer shows it clearly. There's no question of the change in altitude. Hello, Chris. Linda.
Hello, Doctor.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
They certainly tuck you in up here. Wouldn't even let us into the viewing room.
They've classified the sky top secret now. Lewis. Ask Felder to develop these as quickly as possible.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Bolte. This is Chris Cronin, Mrs. Cronin. My assistant, Dr. Bolte.
Hello. How do you do?
How do you do?
It's nice meeting you.
Well,
I hope you don't mind my tagging along.
Oh, not in the least. We're very happy to have you. May I take your coat? You know, I expected you to be older. You are the radio man. If you think of yourself as the guy with the spyglass. I really walked right into that. I didn't mean it quite as it sounded. But do you seriously believe that you've established contact with Mars? Well, you take pictures of it. Why shouldn't I talk to it?
Bolte.
Yes.
There's no question they have diminished in size. There's no knowing what tonight's pictures may show. We may learn more about Mars in the next few minutes.
So that's the baby in person.
So clear, it's unbelievable.
This is the first picture. We took it a week ago tonight. See, here are the indentations I told you about. They couldn't be plainer. And all going from north to south.
What are they?
Canals, what else? Traversing the entire planet.
And these big shadows, here and here.
Now you know how New York or Chicago would look if photographed from Mars. And look at those mountains at the pole. They must be as high as the Rockies.
How do you tell they're mountains?
There have to be. What else would throw such deep shadows?
Dr. Mitchell, what puzzles me is that you've had the giant telescope for years. Why are you just getting these pictures now?
Mars's journey around the sun is an elliptical curve. Let me show you. Now at perihelion, about 35 million miles from Earth instead of the usual 63.
What's this one? Same angle, same exposure 5 nights ago.
See any difference?
Should I?
Well, what have you got?
I don't know. I can't believe it.
Well,
The mountains are gone, and the poles are level.
You can't wipe out mountains taller than the Rockies in the space of a week.
Bolte, look at the canals.
They're different. Now they reflect light like mirrors.
Water reflects light.
Well, so does any other. Are you saying you think those pole formations are ice? And that in a week, these Martians have melted ice caps thousands of feet high and used the water to irrigate the planet?
Isn't that what the picture says?
But that's impossible. There's no way to.
Oh, there has to be. Why, they've done it. We could just once ask them how.
I thought you'd already established contact.
Oh, it's Mars I'm getting my signal from right enough, but how do I give that signal meaning? How do I find a means of communication? Come on, Lynn, let's get going. There's still time to send a signal.
You're going to broadcast tonight?
After seeing these? What do you think?
One man who takes pictures, another who believes he can talk over 35 million miles. It's like having a grandstand seat for the creation of the world.
Or it's death. Everything looks peaceful.
Hi, son. So we'll be over at the lab. Don't stay up too late.
Chris. Don't send a message tonight.
What's got into you, Linda? Ever since you saw those pictures, you've been...
Fear, Chris. Always eating fear. The whole world's scared. Why shouldn't I be? Every woman in the world, we all live in fear. It's become our natural state. Fear our sons will have to fight another war, or fear they'll face worse. We've lived on the edge of a volcano all our lives. One day it has to boil over.
Me talking to Mars won't affect Vesuvius, Lynn.
Be so sure. Don't you understand? Science has made the volcano we're sitting on. Nobel invented dynamite to ease man's life. It's eased a good many into annihilation. Einstein split the atom to create energy. Is terra energy?
Well, that's rubbish, Lynn. Scientifically, we've advanced further in the past 60 years than we have in the previous 2,000. Radio, television, automobile, aeroplane, atomic fission, jet propulsion. And now, well, you saw those pictures tonight, heard what Mitchell said? If we can once talk to Mars, we may be talking to brains as far ahead of ours as ours are ahead of monkeys. In one moment, we may be able to leap ahead another 2,000 years.
The next to advance science, and maybe us, right into oblivion.
Linda.
I'm sorry, Chris. But when I saw those pictures tonight, it all seemed too imminent.
Well, sure it's imminent. It's what we worked for, isn't it? Why we built this lab, assembled the transmitter. It's why we've worked together all these years.
They've been good years, Chris.
Well, they've been great years. What do you want me to do now? Get a crummy research job in some plant? Maybe in 20 years get a paper published in some scientific magazine? Now, when we're on the verge of accomplishing everything we've worked for?
All right, Chris. I'm ready.
What do I say? That if I thought anything we're doing could boomerang against you or the kids, I'd blow up the whole works? You know that. But it can't hurt anyone. Whatever's been done, we've done together, Linda. Well, I don't believe harm can come from anything those hands met a part in, that's all.